I would like you to talk about what's been the most challenging part of the process and the most rewarding. And Dan, I know you just started, but if you want to say what's been so challenging so far, maybe funding or
well, everything, pretty much. I mean, funding is part of it, but you know, pulling people together. I've managed to raise a very small amount of money, none locally, by the way. And it's when you have no money, it's hard to get people to work for you. And I suppose that's the single toughest challenge. But I do have some, including some people here tonight. Joe Collins offered to help, and several other people. It's rewarding in the sense that, you know, I mean, the story that I added today, which is the first one, I think it's an important story that needed to be done. I've got a bunch more that are in the pipeline, shall we say, that I want to do, that I think are important. And what I'm trying to do is see if I can enlist the newspapers, both the Herald and the Sentinel, as sort of partners on this, and find out if they're willing to run the stories that we do, if they like them and they think they're good. And so far I'm off to a good start. They haven't run them yet, but I've gotten some indications that they're going to run, at least one of them will run this story that's in today.
Carol, and I don't know, I probably neglected to say the name of your publication is Florida Health News.
Well, no, we started as Florida Health News and had to switch our name to Health News Florida in March because there turned out to be a little shopper, the kind that they put in the doctor's office, that's mostly promotional for different doctors, and they had a name similar, and so we had to change our name. And let me tell you, that was the biggest challenge we've had because we're still getting people who say, "What happened to you? Where did you go?" They can't find us. But anyway,
you were saying also before about marketing and getting people to know that you exist. Right?
That's our current biggest challenge. I think it would help the audience if at some point tonight we get a chance to say sequentially how we went about setting this up, because I'm sure there's a lot of people who want to know that. But for now, my current biggest challenge is getting the word out to people that we're here. When people discover us, they like us, and we have a free, what amounts to a free online newspaper delivered each day, and all you have to do to get it is sign up. But people don't know that, and so they go to our site, they take RSS or they're a Twitter follower of us, but they don't actually just fill in the little blanks and get the daily e-alert. And if they don't do that, we can't count them, and we have to make it to a certain number of subscribers by the end of the year in order to get our next funding. So get the word out, please. Please help me there.
And Jerry, for the Coastal Star, which is basically capsulize it. It covers what areas in Palm Beach?
We're a hyper-local newspaper, to use an overused term, hyper-local. We cover coastal Delray Beach, Gulfstream, Ocean Ridge, Manalapan, South Palm Beach, Briny Breezes, and a portion of Lantana that's called Hypalexo Island. Some of our towns are as small as 327 people.
My goodness.
So what's been your biggest challenge, and when did you start up?
We started up, we celebrated our 1-year birthday with our next edition. So our first edition was November of last year. Probably our biggest challenge was convincing ourselves that it was okay to take out a home equity line and self-fund ourselves. The second biggest challenge was probably just the whole nerves of, oh my God, is this going to be successful or not? Some of the biggest successes have been reaching out to an old friend of ours who had been a classified manager at both the Sentinel and at the Post at the exact point where she was being downsized, and she's our advertising manager. And having that level of expertise between us has set the table nicely. The other big reward that we get, no kidding, Mary and I will deliver, we're part of the delivery team on the paper. And one of the most enjoyable things is people will come out, stand in the street as we're coming down because they know we're a car, and they'll come out and they'll take the paper out of their hands. Or the last time we were delivering, this woman comes jogging by and she goes, "Yay, Coastal Star!" I have to tell you, in the 17 years I was at the Sun Sentinel, some of them managing the photo department, where invariably you piss somebody off every day. You know, I can count on this hand how many of those I got in 17 years, and we get those every time we're out and about.